It's morning at NTV. Stephen Ibidon Fefeso Chibuga coming to you from Namayiba Bus Terminal here in Kampala. By yesterday, some travelers were experiencing challenges, especially at the Uganda-Kenya border because of the protests that were wide-ranging in many parts of Kenya. That is Nakuru, Nairobi, Nyeri and others. But here at the Namayiba Bus Terminal, I'm here to find out how the bookings were, or those who were able to travel from Kampala, if they were able to reach Nairobi and Mombasa, as well as those who were coming from that direction, whether they were able. From this particular company, that is Busker, you can see that they are still under lock and key. That means they are not yet here. But also, by now, we understand that those who are coming from Kenya could be already here on normal days. But for now, there is no indication that these people, at least the office attendants, will be here to receive any of the passengers. But let me speak to the person who is in charge of this terminal. That is Nelson Sekandi, is the manager of Namayiba Bus Terminal, to give me the feel of what is on the ground. That is, we begin from what happened yesterday. Good morning to you, Nelson.
Yeah, good morning, and good morning to our viewers on NTV. Well, according to the situation, as you're seeing, yesterday we normally take like 10 to 12 buses which are supposed to be going to Nairobi. Yesterday we sent only 8 buses, and we understand only 2 managed to cross the border, and the 6 of them they had to return back to Kampala, and we have to make sure that the passengers get back their money, and they had to postpone their journey. And as you're seeing also, some of the offices are already closed. They are still closed because of the situation which is in Kenya. And most of the buses, one of our buses yesterday was damaged, and it has forced some of these bus operators to say that we're going to put it on hold. And majority of them have decided to park their buses until the situation normalizes.
Before you move into another point, when you talk about the bus being damaged, that is so scary. Yeah. One would wonder, were the passengers on board, were they injured, or did anyone lose any property?
No, well, good enough, the passengers, they didn't get any damage, but we understand some of the luggage which were in the buses were stolen by the people who were striking on the road. Actually, 80% of the luggage which was there, it was taken by the people who were striking. And the bus itself was damaged badly, and the glasses were smashed. That's why majority of the bus operators are saying we are going to put it on hold, because it's the same thing which has happened in 2008 when the strike was there. We lost almost 2 to 1 bus which was burnt. So that's why they are deciding that these buses are going to park until the situation normalizes. Yesterday, I said we sent only 8 buses and 2 managed to cross the border. We understand that the 2 which crossed the border, they reached safely, and also the passengers were safe. By now, we could see buses arriving here from Nairobi, but right now we have not received any. We understand they are still at the border because of jam, and also they are making checks and also checking the passengers and the luggage and the security, apparently. Yeah. This situation has also affected us so much, just the way you're seeing. This is all luggage which you're seeing here, because normally we get people import things from Kenya, and also we get things which are coming from Kenya. And if this one continues like this, I think it's going to affect us so much as people who are in transporting.
Okay, as it continues like this, of course, one wouldn't want it to continue like it is, because it injures life and property. But also, I want to understand finally from you, yes, are we able now to count the losses when you see that already 6 buses were not able to cross? Some people were carrying some commodities, but also in terms of business, I can see now they are trying to open to maybe be waiting for the passengers. In terms of what it means for a daily earner, because I know there are some people like these ones who are seated here waiting for people to load their luggage. What does it mean in terms of counting the cost in expenses or income?
In terms of losses, true, just yesterday we made losses, because once this bus loads from here and it continues with its journey, you have to make sure that you've loaded fuel, because the bus cannot move without a fuel. So just imagine a bus reaches at the border, then it has to come back. Of course, you've used fuel. And the passenger, you've not make him reach the final destination. You have to make a refund. So for those 6 buses which went, we were able to make a refund for them to make sure that they continue or they get some other means. And also people had their programs, others were going for business meetings, conferences. All the journey was postponed because of that. And also in terms of losses, we have very many people who are working here. We have the loaders, the drivers, them. So if it continues like that, of course, which we are not praying for, things will not be okay. Because right now, if you see, people are seated, they are jobless. And also people who are going to, there are things which we are taking to Kenya, and they are perishable goods. Others are even spoiled right now. So if it continues like that, I think we are going to be making losses, and also in terms of revenue here in Uganda. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nelson Sekandi, the manager, Namayiba Bus Terminal. Of course, he has already told you that only 2 buses were able to cross to Nairobi, and 6 of them, passengers are still stranded, and some of them were driven back to Kampala. Of course, we shall be keeping our tabs on what happens in Nairobi, Kenya, but also what happens in Kampala as exporters, as passengers try to make their way to Kenya, where we know that protests are ongoing and much more is expected tomorrow, because they've declared that Thursday will even be worse than what happened yesterday. But we pray for life and property. We don't want to see anyone losing a life, although some have already lost their lives and others injured. Stephen Imbido, FFS Chibuga, handing you back to Chris Igenyi in the studios.
Situation at Namayiba Bus Terminal. Of course, Namayiba Bus Terminal being one of the vestiges